In today's episode, Jessica and I are going to be chatting about having the courage and the curiosity to follow life through all its different phases and to have a spirit of adventure, whether it's in art or life. I love that Jessica encourages us to have the audacity to follow our dreams and to live in a way that might not be conventional, but that is definitely right for you. So I know you're going to love listening to this conversation, and I think it's time for us to jump right in and meet Jessica. So let's get started.
Gotta get messy and show the world you growing as an artist. And you're free to be yourself. You got a dream, you need to start it. Stick together. Get messy says you're formally invited to a community where you can find people that spark the feel of excitement. Too many art supplies, not enough time. No, it's tougher, so you must find a way to feel some connection. We got a lot of people with the same kind, a great mind. We here for you, a platform so we can hear your views. Time's yours, forget yours. I know you bored of them same rules.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new Get Messy podcast episode. Today, I have got the privilege of speaking to Jessica. We call her Jessie in the Hangouts, and I'm really looking forward to chatting to you today, Jessie.
Yeah, me too. Really excited.
Thank you so much. Thank you for saying yes. I know it takes a lot of courage to say yes to joining me on the podcast. So I really appreciate that you were willing to be brave and step out of your comfort zone so that you could be here to chat to me today.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something I've learned from you actually, or from our journey through the artist way. Yeah, sometimes you have to leave your comfort zone to allow yourself to grow, and yeah.
That's true. It's true. We're going to get into the artist way. I'm really excited to chat to you about how that has affected your life and your creativity. But before we do that, do you want to maybe give those that are listening a short introduction to who you are, where you are in the world, and how you started art journaling?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm Jessica, and yeah, on Get Messy or in the community, I'm just Jessie, Jessie K. And I live in Germany most of the time, near Düsseldorf. That's in the middle west of Germany. But we also have a second home in France, at the coast of Normandy, where we spend as much as possible of our time, because it's just a very special place, and dear to our hearts. Yeah, I live with my husband, and our cats. So no children, but some cats. Yeah, and I remember I was always creative in some way all my life, and or as long as I can remember. And I tried a lot of different techniques or areas of creativity. Spend a long time with scrapbooking, so documenting my life, and reflecting my life, or what happens. And yeah, I came across art journaling and mixed media about 10 years ago, I think it was. And it was at a time where I felt all the other techniques or ways of creativity were too limited, or felt too limited to me. And it was so fascinating that art journaling combines so many different materials and techniques, and there is no limit. Yeah, and I've immediately felt very free with it, and was without the approach to get a perfect result. Because when you, for example, I did some courses in watercoloring where you draw very detailed flowers, and it looks really beautiful, but you are always aiming for the perfect result, for the perfect replication of the reality. But art journaling is totally different. It's more about, yeah, your emotions or how you feel inside, and express it on the page or in your journal. And also, art journaling is a way to express your creativity, or my creativity or my imagination, but most of all for myself. It's not like a painting you put on the wall, or you give as a present, so somebody else can put it on his or her wall. It's just for you, and if you decide no one has to see this spread because it's maybe too 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 deep, or yeah, then it's okay. You close your journal, and nobody has to see it. And yeah, that's what I love about art journaling. It's a way to yeah, express and reflect my emotions, but also I I enjoy very much the creative flow, the process. It's very calming and relaxing, and yeah, so art journaling quickly became a big important part in my life, and also, yeah, how do you call it, intertwined with my life. There's life and there's art journaling. It's yeah, combined. But I'm okay with it. It's uh, yeah, I think when I was younger, and that's what a lot of people still think, art is yeah, the fine art in an art museum, a painting of a great famous artist, but art is so much more, I think, and it's within everyone, I think, or yeah, the creativity from the start of our lives, but yeah, I think most of us, they they lose it, or think they don't have it. But I'm very grateful to have this in my life, to be creative, to live creative, and to live and breathe creativity.
Yeah, and I would say that for you, you definitely do that, right? You're such a regular feature of the Hangouts and of the art dates. It's so
Yeah.
nice to see you showing up and just being there and enjoying your creativity and your practice. It's been amazing to see how you've grown over the time that I've known you, and how you've managed to grow in your confidence too, in how you create and how you share. It's been beautiful to watch.
Yeah, it's really amazing what Get Messy and the community enabled in me, and yeah, it's I think it really, I got to Get Messy. I think I joined November 22, I think. Yeah, it's more than 2 years now, and um, yeah, I love to connect with other artists, and it doesn't matter where in the world they are, and also, what's also part of my life is that I live with physical disabilities, and it's not so easy for me to go out and join any courses or workshops in person. But in a community with Get Messy, it doesn't matter if how or where you live, but it really matters how you feel, because you connect with others and talk about not only about specifically about art, also about life in general. And I learned so much from the other artists. When women come together and share such an important part of their lives together, it feels like a tribe. I think art journaling itself is great, but when you share it with others in a community like Get Messy, it's wonderful. Magic.
So, do you feel different within yourself and within your life since you started art journaling and connecting with other art journalists?
Yes. As I said, I've learned a lot because we inspire and encourage each other, and I think it's amazing. I'm in my late 40s, so I consider myself not as young anymore. But it's amazing that you still, when you are a bit older, you still learn every day and learn from other people, at least if you're open to do it,
Yes.
and some kind of reinvent yourself. So I went through some major changes, and worked for many years also in a creative field professionally as a copywriter. And then there came the time where I couldn't do it anymore. I think it would be romantic to say I did this for the art, but no, that was not the reason. But of course, I had more time to spend with art and to spend with others, and and through this processes of major changes, there was like serendipity that the artist's way, our 12 weeks, I think it was.
Yep.
Our 12 weeks together, and this was a very special group and special connection. Very, very intense, I think. But it's helped me to get to know myself better and to better understand what art means in my life. And I always did some creative things or activities in my life from a young age. But it needed the art journaling and the community like Get Messy to really understand what it means and how important it is for me in my life. And I think for my art itself, it was very freeing to always be reassured. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to try or to start, and it's okay to feel like a beginner, and all this. And but also, I think it's a quote of Julia Cameron. you have to have the audacity, not the talent, to be an artist. And that's something that I've learned with Get Messy and with practicing art journaling. Yeah.
Oh, it was really special for me to be facilitating the Artist's Way for you as you were in this, as you said, it was very serendipitous. I hope that's the right word there. But it was almost as though the Artist's Way met you at the exact moment that you needed it.
Yes.
You were already sort of wrestling with things, and then it became a catalyst for you to be able to just sort of make the changes that you had already sort of felt that you needed and that were brewing, but you wrestled with it for a long time. It wasn't an easy decision, and it was really special to see you sort of in the trenches going through it with us. And I was so proud of you when you got to the other end and you were so determined that it was the right decision and you were going to follow through on it. You know, I remember we were all sitting there saying, this is so scary. You know, we all felt nervous for you, but you did it. And it was so, it was fantastic to see how you could actually see a weight being lifted off your shoulders once you had made that decision. And I just feel, you know, you just looked lighter and brighter, and it was fantastic. So do you want to tell us a bit about how the Artist's Way affected you?
Yeah, it was really a journey and very special because we were a close group of women and artists, and we went through the book and the 12 weeks together, and not everything in the book was really my
Your cup of tea.
my cup of tea. Yes, because for example, I don't believe in God. I'm not really religious at all, and she has a lot of references to God, and I always replace it with the universe. That's what it's for me. And also some of the exercises, but overall it was an really intense experience because it supported my this era of change and within me, and also to have, of course, I talked a lot about my thoughts and the decisions I thought about to make, of course, with my husband and my friends and my family. But it was so special that in our group, I felt so you cheered me on to listen to my, and also Julia Cameron says that you have to listen to your own voice and or find your own voice in your true self, and that was, I think, the major or the core of my decision to find and connect with my true self. And that's not a journey which ended with the 12 weeks, but it was kind of an very important support and starting point. And it helps me still on my way and in my on my journey.
Yeah, I love that book. I can keep going back to it over and over again because she's got so much wisdom in there, right?
Yes.
But I think it is a testimony to the fact that you should take what you need and be okay with leaving the things that are not going to serve you or that don't feel right to you. So as you were saying, there are just some exercises that just didn't resonate with you. And there's no reason to then have to force yourself to do every little step or to agree with every sentence. But it can still have such a huge impact on you just by taking those things that serve you and that you need to carry forward.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's not a book about only about art. It's about life, and that's what I really, yeah, helped me to understand.
I agree completely. And I think that is one of the reasons why I love The Artist's Way so much, is because it's one of the books that helped me realize that for me personally, I mean, it's not the same for everyone, but there is no separation between my life and my art. The one
Yeah,
influences the other
yeah,
constantly. They're it's like Siamese twins. Is that the right word? I think so.
mm-hmm.
That you can't separate the two. They influence each other all the time. And so
Yes.
that book was one of the books that helped me realize it's not strange for this to be the case. And if I just embrace it and stop fighting it, because sometimes you feel like, oh, I have to get out of the studio and like do real life for a while, I don't know if you feel that pressure, but it helped me to see that no, if staying in the studio is the thing that you love and that feeds your soul, then there's no pressure to have to go out and do
Yeah.
something else. Do what you love and just enjoy the moment. We've sort of touched on the artist way in the community, but I'd like to know a bit more, if you'd like to share with us, about how you have been able to grow your creative practice over the last year and a half. You've really, I was saying to you the other day in a hangout, it's almost as though you've discovered your voice now and you are just developing it. Every time I see a page or a spread, I think, oh, wow, Jessica's grown. She's growing, she's blossoming. So have you put a lot of work into trying to develop your practice, or has it just happened naturally over time?
It feels like it happened naturally. It's not that I had an exact plan. Of course, yeah. When I stopped working, I felt the need to find a new structure for my day-to-day life, and to fill my time, with, for me, meaningful things. And so yeah, I did a lot more of art, of course, but also learned more about things like yoga and meditation, and so not develop my art specifically, but my life and myself, and the art went with it, I think. um, so like you said, it's you can't separate it, or I can't separate it. It's not that the art is the 1 hour of the day where I join a hangout or things like that. And in the beginning of my art journaling journey, I followed more workshops or lessons of other artists, but in the last 1 to 2 years, I got more free, and just did spreads for myself, not for a hangout or in a hangout only, and to show it in the community. That's what I do, of course, but also more just doing my thing, and maybe take the inspiration of other artists or the seasons and lessons. but to feel free to do it on my own and in my own way. And I think what's important for me is, as I can't separate it, life and the art, to do a little bit of art at least every day. And for example, I have an creative journal. I think that's what you call it, to document my life, and that's what I do nearly every evening, to reflect on the day and to document what I did. And yeah, it doesn't have to be always a yeah, a large spread in your journal. Also little things you can do, or make a zine, or make an ATC. Yeah, and that's, I think, what also really helped me is to, yeah, you don't have a limit in art journaling and in mixed media, but it can be, at least for me, it can also be kind of overwhelming if you have all the possibilities laid out for you. And what really helps me is to limit myself, or to downsize, to work in smaller formats, for example, or define some kind of a project kit and a color combination to work with, and don't work with all the possibilities at the same time.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think there's a certain type of paralysis that can happen when there are too many choices to make, right? And as you say, it becomes overwhelming. When you can do anything, you tend to do nothing, because the decisions it's just too many and too big. So I love that idea. Limit the size, or limit the supplies that you're using, or have a specific focus for a project. It's just to help you to get started.
Yes, I think that's the most important thing. Just start and try and be open. There are some, I think, some pages or spreads where I dig deep, and that's, sometimes the spreads I don't show, or feel not so comfortable to show it. But yes, I live my life with also a lot of positivity and optimism and humor, and I also love words a lot. And so this is what happens on my pages or in my journal too, that I also bring the fun, or play with words on the page.
When I think about your art, I think of pinks and sort of softer colors. So I think for me it's nice that I can see the range. You don't get stuck in one place. You've allowed yourself to explore all parts of your personality, of your life, of your art. And so you've definitely got a spirit of adventure when it comes to how you create.
Definitely. There's a lot of pink. or bright colors, but it's also something I developed over the time to be some kind of brave, to have a lot of contrast and bright colors and popping colors in my art. And also what I like is just making some splatters or drips on the page, and scribble loosely with a pen. So I really try to embrace the imperfection of life and art, and I like to play with it a lot. So sometimes I see work from other artists with very soft colors and very calm pages, and I love it. I think it's beautiful. And I also tried it, but yeah, it doesn't work for me.
It's quite interesting that you say that, because I think, for me personally, I'm so attracted to the art that I struggle to create. So the stuff that I'm really inspired by, or that I really wish I could do, is so far out of my comfort zone and out of my style.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good thing, because that is going to allow you to keep pushing, to keep striving to get out of your comfort zone. If you only loved things that were like what you were already doing, I think it would be very limiting. So I totally understand what you're saying. You can look at those soft pages and think, oh, I wish I could do that.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
struggle is real.
yeah. But that's what I also love about Get Messy and the seasons and the lessons of so many different artists. You see so many different styles or approaches to art, and I love just to take from it what inspires me, or what gets me going. But I thankfully don't feel the pressure to do it all, and or yeah or maybe feel like a copycat, and just replicate others' work. Yeah, and I think it's great if you are able to develop your own style, and your own way of art or doing art. Yeah, and it's really, I think it's a lifelong journey. It doesn't end with a season or a year or something. And that's I think what's really amazing about life, that you as
Yeah.
it's an ongoing journey of learning and developing yourself and your life. And yeah.
Yeah, I love that our art shifts as we shift, right? So I know
Yeah.
you've heard me saying, if you just want to use yellow, or if you just, I mean, I've been stuck on stars for, I think, 3 years now. Um, just enjoy it while it lasts, because one day you're going to wake up and you're not going to want to use stars or yellow or whatever it is. It's just going to be gone. I know it's happened to me before. So a lot of times I think we try and force ourselves to do something different. We're like, okay, I've used pink so much, there
Yep.
is going to be no more pink in my pages. But I don't think that we need to do that to ourselves. If it's there for a reason. So just enjoy it. As you say, it's a journey. It's a constant evolution. So
Yep.
the pink is showing up for you, embrace it, because one day it's going to be gone. It's going to be replaced with something else, because the journey is continuing. I'm going to sort of change topic a little bit, but it is a question that I'm really interested in. I want to know, do you see a difference in how you create or what you create when you're in Germany versus when you're in France?
That's a very interesting question. Um, yeah, most of all, I feel different. I feel different when I'm in France and when I'm in Germany, and because in France we live in a small village near the sea, and it's a complete different feeling, and it's very calm and a lot of nature around us, and this of course has an effect on myself, but also on my art. And it's not that when I'm in Germany, I always feel stressed, or my art is completely different. But yeah, maybe it's a bit easier in France for me with this calm feeling, to really be in the flow and maybe try more new things, and experiment and things like that. Maybe, yeah. I know in the hangouts, the others sometimes say, "Oh, you have your French face on." I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it can be seen from the outside, where I'm currently. Yeah, and also it's because most of my supplies are in Germany, or I'm better equipped in Germany. It's sometimes more challenging when I'm creating in France, because my supplies are more limited. But that's also a big enabler to experiment
Yes.
and use what you have. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's for us, as for my husband and then it is it was a very big life decision, to make this kind of move. And don't have a large house in Germany, and yeah, do vacations 1 to 2 times in the year, maybe to France or other countries. What we did for many years, but to really have a second home. And I think it tells a lot about how we live our life, and how we see ourselves. So I don't feel like, I feel more like an European, not a German. Yeah. So we, and that's also like, yeah, how I approach my life, and also how I think about politics. I don't like, if there are any limitations, other people put on you, and so yeah, and that's also what I fight for in my life, to have the freedom.
Yeah, it takes courage to do something that's out of the norm, right? To just, as we say, life and art happening at the same time, right? So
Yeah.
where we're saying, you have to be courageous to make art or whatever. You have to be courageous to live according to what feels good and
Yes.
right for you. Oh, it's beautiful for me to see how you live it, right? That is, I think that's what makes you so inspiring to me, is that you live that courageous, true to your voice kind of life. Everything you do is very authentic to you, which is just, it's beautiful to see.
Oh, thank you. It's great, that this is seen by others, by you, because that's something what's really important for me, to live my true self, and to have my own voice, and don't limit myself by the thoughts of others. It's not that it's not important what others think, and of course the people that are close to my heart, it's very important what they think. But yeah, I want to, how you say it, live life to the fullest, and because our time is limited, and as a woman as a woman with disability, you have some limits in your life, or get limited, and I want to enjoy that's what's possible the most, and don't see what's not possible. And that's also something that I try to practice in my art. Don't think too much about the things that I can't do or not able to create, or and be okay with the imperfection, and this this overall approach from Get Messy and Kaylee, more than zero is enough, and it's really enough.
What I'm thinking as you were speaking now was that you want to remove the barriers that you have control over. So I think that that was what you were struggling with when we were doing the Artist's Way, was that you felt that you had lost your voice where you were in those circumstances that you were in. What came through was that you were very frustrated because you felt that you had lost the freedom and the direction that you had for your life. And so you were wrestling with, do I stay here because that's what people want me to do, or do I make a huge life change because that's what feels right for me?
Yeah. And there I think it was some kind in the middle of this 12 weeks where I instantly felt I have to make this decision now, and I can't stay, and I have to leave this situation, and and there was one quote in the book that really stick with me. Take a leap and the net will appear. Because that's also something that I'm very curious, and so I was curious to see and experience if there's really a net.
So as we wrap up this chat today, it's been so inspiring talking to you. We have touched on the color pink, but I do love to ask everybody if they could choose one color to work with for the rest of their art career, what would it be and why? So I'm curious to know which color is going to win for you.
Can I say white? Or is it really a color? I don't know.
All
Because
colors are valid colors.
okay. Okay. No, it's similar with the color black for me, because I love the contrast, and I love when you have a spread where a lot is going on, maybe a lot of pink, and you have a lot of marks in it, but white always does its magic to calm down or tone down the page, or create a balance in the page. So I always have an white Posca pen or something like this when I'm creating, next to the pink and the black.
I love that you chose white. That's fantastic. It's such an interesting color to have chosen. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for chatting to me today, Jessica. It has been such a treat, and I really hope that you will continue growing and keep that courageous, curious spirit as you continue on your life's journey.
That's definitely the plan. Definitely the plan
I
I
love it.
have, and and thank you very much for inviting me, and because I obviously I love art, and talking about art, it's always a pleasure.